Hello, Dr. Robyn here. I wanted to take a moment and step back and look at the big picture of what is health. Health is not necessarily the absence of disease, but it's finding complete balance in all three aspects of health. I like to look at the health triangle here, where we've got physical health, chemical and or nutritional, and mental, where I also include in there emotional and spiritual health. Now with this, I would like to share an analogy which was first told to me from my mentor, Dr. Rand Olson. He explained health to a dam. Now if we look here, I drew a beautiful picture for you, where in the center we have our dam. Over here we have our water, and the goal is that we want to build up and strengthen our dam. We do this from involving each one of the triangles of health. So from physical, we have physical activity and exercise, whether you enjoy going to the gym, going out for a walk, going for a hike. We have getting regular chiropractic adjustments, how to throw that one in, getting regular sleep, adequate water. With the chemical or nutritional side of things, we're following a natural anti-inflammatory diet, maybe even taking some supplements on top of that. With the mental health, this can be your spirituality or finding mindfulness, meditation. I add on another few list of things, which is positive mental attitude, social connections, strong relationships, spending time in nature, one of my favorite, and even going on vacations, having fun, and laughter. Now, our goal here is to have a nice, strong foundation of health, because inevitably we know that sometime or another we're going to have different life stressors that are going to come upon us. Now here I have a list of different stressors that one time or another each one of us are going to face or have to deal with. This can be death of a loved one, going through a divorce, losing a job, having financial obligations, even planning a wedding or getting married, illness or injury, moving, too much responsibility, taking care of an elderly, or some form of traumatic event that you might have had in your life. So as we look at these different stressors, as the stressors come up, representing our water here, you can see the water is going to rise. Now as the water comes up, if we have our dam over here, which is nice and strong and higher than the water, then we're going to be fine. We're going to be able to handle these. One thing I like to point out is it's not necessarily stress that is cause of the disease, but is our perception of the stress, how we look at and how we are able to handle the stressors under our specific life conditions. But what happens if we tend to neglect our own health? Say we are not doing our regular physical activity or exercise. We're not getting regular adjustments. We're not getting the sleep that we know we need. We're not taking in the water that we know we need. And maybe we're not eating as healthy as we know we should. So these things, they're going to kind of cut this dam down, where if our dam is down and the water is up, what happens? We know the water is going to flood over. Now that's where we get what I consider or call dis-ease. I don't like to label people with conditions because it means our body is basically off balance, but there's something that we can do about it. If you look at the true case of things, research actually shows that only about 5% of conditions or diseases are actually due to our genetic nature. So often we want to look at that or blame that, but about 95% or more are actually epigenetics, which is our list here with our physical health, our nutrition, and also our mental health or our thoughts. So coming back here, if we get disease, that can present itself in all different forms. Most people come to me for the big one, which is pain. This can be headaches, back pain, arthritis, maybe even fibromyalgia, overweight or obesity, autoimmune conditions like thyroid conditions, anxiety, depression, heart disease, diabetes. We even have in here dementia, Alzheimer's, gut bloating, acid reflux, sexual dysfunction, insomnia, sleeping problems, fatigue, and skin conditions. Now, each one of these, I want to just take an example. Take type diabetes. It's 100% reversible if we step back and look at what is the cause. The cause is our diet, right? We're taking in too many of the processed carbs, too many of the sugars, and we're not active when we're not exercising. But if we look back and make that change, it's been amazing to see people reverse, to see people get off of these medications that they were once on, and to see people once again find and build up that health. So what I do with many of my patients is we look through here, what are we mostly dealing with and what is the cause? Where can we step back? And what's one thing that we can change at a time? You might say, do you know what? I'm going to start off with water. The ideal goal for how much water we should drink a day is by taking our weight, divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water we should be drinking. Maybe you realize you're not getting enough sleep, so you're going to make a goal for the next week to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, finding out what else in your life you can cut out so that you can get that. Now, nutrition, of course, is a big one. Maybe we're going to work on cutting out the toxins, cutting out the sugar, the processed carbs, maybe even the dairy, but focusing on getting the greens, the healthy fats, the lean meats. These are all examples of things that we can do here to build our strong health and foundation. It's been amazing to see people come in with pain conditions, even like back pain, but where we focus looking at them as a whole picture from the chemical, physical, and mental side of things, you can see that improve and get better even quicker. So here I want you to just take a moment to step back, look at your health, and decide to take charge of your own health and what you can do today. This is Dr. Robyn. Have a great day.